Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with Lite Forex. It is May 20th, Wednesday. I'm going to break down all the major Forex pairs, starting with the Australian USD. Please subscribe to the channel. Go to the link in the description below this video. Okay, let's get going. So, Australian USD was really setting up, looking quite bearish actually when we looked at this on the weekend. But I did talk about the support because it was holding support at 64, so this was always an option. Well, the 18th broke out, really set up for this bull run. Yesterday, it had quite a bearish candle. It came up, came back down, but the very important thing was that it held 0.65, and here we are breaking out. We're finally breaking out of this choppy range. So look for, I'm going to maintain being bullish going forward on the Australian USD. Yeah, I'm going to be bullish. Let's see if this could hit. Well, we hit some resistance at 66 today. So we're at 65.98 right now. It could definitely be pushed higher, but we have to pay attention to that 66 resistance. But look for this to go higher. 65.5 would be our support level now. Let's do this over again. 65.50. Where are you? Somewhere around there. Let's keep 65 because that was the resistance, right? 65.5 was the resistance. So that's going to be the support level. It's getting a little messy, but let's take a look and see the Australian futures contract. Yeah, so we're breaking out, but you can see that 66 price is definitely showing some resistance. So let's see if it can take out that 6,600 price, but I'm going to maintain being bullish on the Australian USD. Euro USD. So when we made a video on the weekend, we were just in this choppy range. Then we had the big breakout, like a lot of the pairs, a lot of the Forex pairs had this big move on the 18th. So that made me want to be bullish on the Euro USD. But like the Australian USD, we came up, we pulled back again. But the most important thing was that we held 109 support. 109. Yeah, 109 support. Going forward, I want to see 109.50 hold because we're still having some resistance at this level, 109.80 price. So you can see here that's been the price that's we've been having trouble breaking out of. We again tried on May 1st, pulling back. Here we are, 3 times the charm. Let's see if this can break out. 1.10 is going to be the next level to break. So let's look for that. But I'm going to maintain being bullish on the Euro USD. 109.5. It could pull back, hit support, and go forward. But I'm going to be bullish. Look at the high time frames, the monthly, the weekly. Look at the monthly chart. You can see the higher lows. So yeah, I like this going higher. Let's take a look at the Euro futures contract. Look at the Euro futures hitting that resistance at 1.10. Isn't that interesting? So we're not out of the woods yet. It's really got to take that resistance price out. Let's see if it can do that tomorrow. I'm anticipating that happening. Same thing, 109.5 is that important support price, which is close to the low today. The low today, 109.5550. So that's the support. Let's see if it can bust out tomorrow. Okay, pound USD. Pound USD put in a lower high. Now we got resistance at 1.23 on the pound USD. When we looked at this on the weekend, it was looking bearish, but I was expecting a rebound soon because we had all this red. We had this big drop. We took out this low from the 21st of April, busted that on the 12th of May, and we were looking quite bearish. And here we are, big rebound, but we're putting in the lower highs, but we're still holding this support at 1.22. So if that gets taken out, then I will probably be coming down. But so how I would play the pound USD is we're in this range between 1.23 and 1.22. If 1.22 breaks, and it breaks far, then we could be setting up to take out these lows and continue the downtrend. But if we break above 1.23, then we're going the other way. So that's a wait and see. Obviously, it's putting in lower highs, but the range is small, which is suggesting we could have a big break to the upside. So let's wait and see on that one. Here's the pound futures. Yeah, you can see that resistance yesterday off of 1.23. The high yesterday, 2297, pulling back, putting in that lower high today. So yeah, let's. This is a very, very bearish candle, but you know, I look at this and I actually lean more towards a break to the upside. But we got to bust through 1.23 first. New Zealand USD is yeah, it's had a nice rebound, of course, just like the Australian US dollar. This will show up in a second. Yeah, but we're still right at that resistance level. The high today was 61.58. So you can see we haven't cleared that resistance price yet. We kind of pulled back the end of April. We tried again the 11th, the 8th, and the 11th of May, pulling back, and now we're trying to bust through that. It really does look like, you look at the monthly chart, and it does look like we're going to have more upside. You can see that support actually on the weekly, that low, 59.21. The low this week was 59.24, and we're pulling up. So we're showing that support. I got to be more bullish, and I would have my key support level at 61. Could come back, hit 61, and then break through. So look for that. Let's take a look at the New Zealand futures contract. Yeah, so we're breaking out. We do have this, there's a bit of a gap from the moving average that can't go unnoticed. Whenever you have these gaps, we're going to pull back. Whenever they're to the downside, we're going to pull back to the moving average. So we do have that gap that has to be looked at. So we could easily be pulling back, but look at that 61 support price. 61, right there, 60. Close enough, 61, and then you got the 62 price. So let's I'm going to maintain being bullish on the New Zealand USD. Okay, on to the USDCAD. Now the USDCAD, I've been talking about how choppy it's been. A lot of these pairs have been really choppy for weeks and weeks now, and the USD Canadian dollar has been extremely choppy. You can see the range. 42, 39. So right now we're at the bottom end of that range. The Canadian dollar is showing strength. Now the monthly chart, we're putting in lower highs. This does look like this would more likely come to the downside, but we're still holding the support. We're still holding these this low. You can see we're putting in a higher low from yesterday. Yesterday's low 38.66. Today 38.68. Of course, it's putting in a lower high as well. But as long as this is hanging in above these lows, the bottom of this channel, 1.3850, it could still turn around. And when things are just choppy like this, you just never know. You know, the high time frames are definitely looking more downside. But like the last 3 weeks, you can see down, up, down. Is this going to pop back up, it's entirely possible. You look at the 240 and the 60, it does look like it wants to bounce. Let's blow up that 240. Yeah, you can just see that support down at these lows here. We're pulling up right now. So I'd want to see this bust through, say, 39.60. That would be what you'd want to see to really confirm it's going to turn around. That'd be the starting point at least. So we got to stay neutral on this one, because when we look at the Canadian dollar, it's going to look like the exact mirrored opposite, which is going to be, it's going to be at the top of the range. So here it is at the top of the range, choppy, just like the USDCAD, but we got this resistance at the top here, 72,200 is the resistance, basically 7,200 as well. So let me just move that up there, 72. So we're hitting resistance at 72. We're putting in higher lows though. Yeah, this one is just, it's tricky. You know, you look at the high time frames, it looks like there's more upside, just like the high time frames on the USDCAD look like there's more downside. But the 60 and the 240 are suggesting we could be pulling back. Let's take a look at the 60. So you can see on the 60 minute, we're putting in a lower high, and we're starting to put in a lower high here. We got this very important support price, 71,680. So you know what, the Canadian dollar, it's just the USDCAD, we're waiting for it to break one way or the other. Let's wait for it to break. That's the safest way. Okay, lastly, USD yen. And I've been bullish on the USD yen. What I like about it has been holding this support at 107. Now when I looked at this yesterday, I knew we were going to pull back today because we've been going on a pretty good move, and I saw that it was hitting resistance at 108. So it was hitting resistance at 108. So I was confident that it was going to pull back today. It really needs to bust through that 108 price before this can continue. The 240 definitely looks like it could bounce to the upside more. So it's holding the low and the open from yesterday. Look for this to continue to break, but it really has to bust through that 108 price. If you look at the yen, it's going to look the opposite. Yeah, the yen yesterday really looked like it would bounce to the upside. When I saw this, I was like, okay, we're far from the moving average. This is a very bullish candle. We're probably going to bounce on the yen, which is obviously going to push the USD yen lower, which it did today. You look at the 240 and you see this resistance price hitting at 0.0093190. So look for this to come down and the USD yen to break out. Okay, well that's the breakdown for Wednesday, May 20th. Please subscribe to the channel and go to the description. Go to the link in the description below this video. All right, thank you for watching.